Hello, 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 everyone out there in on LinkedIn, on my Facebook community, and on YouTube. So this is your Slay Queen, Rochelle Hemingway. Again, welcome to the Slay to Success show. I am streaming into my Slay to Success Facebook community where there are over 800 women, powerful women that want to do more with their life, that are actually doing amazing things, and we have gotten together collectively. I am streaming into LinkedIn, which is where I've been posting a lot of information about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it in this thing called retirement. And I am streaming in on YouTube. So I am super excited to be here. If you are here, please put it in the comments. If you're viewing in, let me know where you're viewing in from. And I will just start by saying this is going to be an amazing experience because every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be here on the Slay to Success show. It is my show, and I will be bringing in guests. We're going to talk about leadership, we're going to be talking about wellness, and we're going to be talking about mindset because these three areas are very near and dear to my heart. So, for those that don't know, who have never seen me before or not sure who I am using right now my self discipline and my bold leadership skills to help empower women specifically to face fears and insecurities by using basic life and leadership philosophies, aka my SLAY, SLAY. S stands for stay ready to be ready, L stands for lead out loud, A stands for a sense of family, and Y stands for you are built to last. And it's there on the banner for anyone who is not sure and can't remember what each one of those letters stands for. They're showing up for you. But I chose these specific life and leadership philosophies because as I was in my military career, which I served in the United States Air Force for 30 years, I realized there were certain particularly philosophies or principles that I was very much in tune with, and I focused my energy towards. And these are the three areas that I did. And when I did, I found out that so many things happened in my life, just changed the way I saw things, my mindset different. And now in retirement, I'm using this word, slay, to do the things that I'm doing. And so I just wanted to give everyone an update as to what that is, how it's going to, how is it going, and provide you some more tips of advice because I post regularly, as you know, in LinkedIn, but I sometimes don't show up in this space because I show up in my Facebook community, but that is no longer a thing. I'll be showing up here every Thursday. So these four particular ways of empowerment for me, when I started out in 1991 in my military career, and then I retired in October of 2021. And during, I think, the last 7 years of my career, many things that I didn't see in the military were happening in front of me because I was in high leadership roles at that point. And I realized that there was something that needed to change. Well, something did change. And unfortunately, one of my airmen lost their battles with depression. And so their favorite word was slay. So I took his word and I started using it on emails. I started using it on in discussions, and it was just a way to pay homage to his life and also to inspire and motivate others through their healing journey because I was in my healing journey at that point because we were very, very close. But from that point, I decided, I could really take this word, which means in its entirety, y'all, if you've ever looked it up in the Urban Dictionary, it means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point, to impress greatly, and work hard and dream until you own it. And so it's this mindset shift. And when I created that and then attached the meaning of the meanings to each letter, I realized that it shifted my entire atmosphere. Any place that I went to and I start speaking to that, there was so much that I gained from it, and other people started gaining from it too, and they were able to see how they were able to do the impossible, things that they had never dreamed of because they transformed their mind. So I am now in retirement. And before I retired, I wrote a book, and it's a very easy read because I don't do novels, y'all. I'm not that person. I like short reads and so forth. So I wrote just a little bit about my experience in the military and what the word slay means in its entirety. And since then, I've stepped out and I've created my own business. It's called Slay to Success. And in this business, which I don't call it a business movement, in this movement, I am speaking on my experiences. So I travel and I do virtual speaking engagements. I take my book on the road, wherever that is, and I share my book. I'm also a mentor. I have two classes that I developed, two courses in that. One is Step Into Your Next Big Thing 90-day mentorship program, and the other is a Slay to Success leadership course. And so these two courses that I made up based on the experiences I have. And I also have a master's degree, a master's of science degree in leadership. So I'm using my skills and my experience and my expertise, and I'm just putting myself out there, y'all. And in this process, I realized that during the phases of retirement, which there are 5 stages of retirement, that sometimes we don't even think about, which is stage 1 is pre retirement, stage 2 is the honeymoon phase, stage 3 is the disenchantment phase, stage 4 is the reorientation stage, and stage 5 is the stability stage. Now, I didn't know any of this before I retired, all right? But then when I realized that there is a process to transitioning into retirement, I decided that now I'm going to help others in their journey because so many people don't have someone to kind of walk them through, or no one really shares these ins and outs. And so I'm transparent persons. I'll give you about 85%. All right. The other 15% I don't share, but about 85% of what I share is real experiences that I'm living and that you are living if you've ever transitioned out from like a 20 plus year career. And so, this business has just really, you know, helped me tremendously, as I have a lot that goes in with being self employed and being an entrepreneur for the very first time in my whole entire life. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I am just doing. And I'm absolutely loving it because I'm living in my passion and my purpose. And I know many people want to do the same thing. There's no bagging or bashing about anyone that goes into a 9 to 5 job or wants to go into a space with their dream job. There is nothing at all wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if there is something else that you want to do and you're like, you know what, I don't know if this is right for me. For me, I decided to take a leap of faith. I decided to take a risk and bet on me and to come out and do some of the things that I'm doing right now, all scared with fear, all by my side, but I decided if you're going to have to sit in a corner somewhere and then have to step aside. Okay. And I've said this in some other platforms that I lay fear on its back and I smack it around a little bit. And I say, you got to be over here because I have so much to give. And I want to see other women specifically win, especially if you're in a highly coveted role. And if you've lost that spark, that oomph that could get you going, you're not as motivated as you like. The Slate to Success Leadership course is a perfect course for you. It's 4 weeks, and every week we get on Zoom and we talk through, and I'll give you and share with you a lot of things that I use, strategies, tools, and techniques, all right, to help in your leadership journey. This step into your next big thing is really about taking a look at your identity and moving through different aspects of what you will experience, and then really finding out what your purpose and your passion is and making an action plan at the end. As simple as that. But sometimes we just need a little guidance. So I've had, for my Slate of Success Leadership course, I've had 8 women so far. Trust me and to help them, and it's been absolutely wonderful. I absolutely love it. So today I just want to share again. I'll share some tips here. So I think that it's important that I get out here and let you know that leadership is hard. Everyone knows, in the space, if that's where you're at, it's complex. There's a lot of external factors. But the one thing that I speak to a lot is understanding that you have to be able to lead yourself before you lead others. Hey, Chevy, welcome on to the Slate to Success show, my queen. I'm just giving a couple of tips, a few tips anyway. And the first one is, we have to be able to lead ourselves before we start leading other people. And whether or not you're in a business, whether or not you're in the military, whether or not you're in corporate, whether or not you're at home, you really need to think about how you're leading. All right. And then showing up and being the example. This is something that some people just have difficulties with. All right. And so I talk to that. I share a lot. I share my experiences because I was not leading myself right at the initial point of entry into the military. All right. And so I had to learn, and it is a process and it is a journey. Yes, I know, right? um, I'm going to put up here because, I've got some comments coming up, and Chevy put it here. Yes, leadership is hard, but it can be fun. Absolutely. It's rewarding. And it does. She's saying starts with the individual. If you are not prepared, that's why this stay ready. Okay. Let's talk about the stay ready, be ready. It's all about preparation. How prepared are you yourself? All right. Before you go and step into roles that require a lot of responsibility. Sometimes we don't even know what those responsibilities are. We're not even looking, right? But we have to take an account. We have to be responsible for our actions. All right. People are wanting to know what the leader is thinking about and what they're doing. Leading out loud, and you have to have discipline. I know sometimes that can be difficult for people to hear, okay? But you must have discipline. If you are a leader in your own right, whatever that is, you have to have discipline. You have to have integrity, character, humility, and courage. These are characteristics that I learned along the way that need more focus on than ever before. And the more that we focus in and including them, the better we are, not just as a leader, but as a person. The A is a sense of family, and it's about creating a psychologically safe and belonging environment within and around you. Right? Everyone wants to feel seen, valued, and heard. But, not too many times. I've seen it, y'all. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot, and some folks aren't safe, and the people that are on your team, they want to feel safe, or in your family, or in your community. So I talk about this sense of family, a sense of community a lot, and how are you taking people in. And then you are built to last is the why. There were many times I wanted to give up. I could have easily retired at 20 years, all right? But I decided that that's not what I was going to do. I was going to continue on because I had made a commitment to myself on what I wanted to see to achieve my goals and my success. But I had to believe in myself, and I didn't quit on the core values that were most important to me. And you shouldn't either. But sometimes we need friendly reminders about this. So, again, being accountable for ourselves, taking care of ourselves is number one priority. I can go on and on and on for days, but I'm not going to be on here for, all day to talk about the importance of really finding out what works for you in all 8 dimensions of wellness. 8. Yes, because we have a tendency just to go on the 4. If you're in the military, you know what I'm talking about. All right. It is physical, emotional, spiritual, and social. And that's great. We need all of that. But sometimes we forget the other 4 that are just as much as important or need to be integrated, which is intellectual, environmental, financial, and occupational. All these different elements of wellness need to be integrated into your life on a regular basis, and doing an assessment and saying to myself, well, I'm off here. How do I improve in this area? There are many days that I was tired and I was exhausted and I felt burnt out. It was because something was off. And so I had to pay attention. I had to pay attention to what was going on, because as a leader, we are affecting so many people, and the last thing that we want to do is harm people because we are not at our best. So that is why it's important. And yes, Chevy says we have to apply all 8. Yes, we do. All 8 on a regular. And I know that some people are like, well, that's a lot. Well, it takes a lot to be a leader. All right. It's not a simple 1, 2, 3, here we go, right? And then because there's so many factors, internal, external factors that are happening at a 25 miles per hour, if you will. And you never know what's going to be in front of you. So we have to really integrate this wellness piece in it. And then the mindset. Oh my goodness, the mindset. All right. So over the years, I have developed a warrior mindset. All right. I believe I am a Okoye on the Black Panther. If anybody's seen the Marvel show, you know what I'm talking about. That's who I think I am. All right. Well, you see that I'm not, but that is a mindset that I have. And in this mindset, it's really about acting, decisively, taking immediate action on the things that you have information on, instead of being in this mode of analysis paralysis like we sometimes do. We're fearless. All right. We we understand there's fear, but we're moving past it. We're moving through the fear. All right, because we know there's something on the other side of it that's going to be this going to be either a learning lesson or it's going to be a success story. So we have to understand that, y'all. Okay, so being fearless is not about being, scared. Yeah, I'm here with y'all, and I'm on 3 platforms all at one time, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing it anyway because other people have done it, and so that one time you do it, it gets better after that, right? On and on. We're relentless. We don't We don't give up on anything, especially those things that, again, like I said, are important to us. We will keep trying and trying and trying and trying. All right. But if we don't stay relentless and we don't at least try, we will never really know. And then we're raising the bar. We raise the bar for others. It is not about being perfect, y'all, at all. Okay. It is not about being better than anyone else. Okay. This is all about striving for excellence, striving, being better than you were yesterday. That's what this is all about. And when we can come, hey, good afternoon. I don't see your name, Facebook user. So whoever you are, and say good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, and welcome on in to the Slay to Success show. This is your Slay Queen, Rochelle Hemingway. And so we are just going through like the warrior mindset. This is the mindset that I have developed over many years. All right. And so I share with everyone exactly what that means to me. Um, hey, Cherise, my queen, welcome in. And thank you for being here live. I know this is the middle of the day and people are still, at the JOB and getting it in. So this will be on you can come back and replay. Hey, Scott, how are you? Welcome on in to the Slay to Success show. And I'm just talking about warrior mindset. And if this is resonating with you at all, please put it into the comments so I can see them as they pull up. But I'm raising the bar for me, all right? And then as I'm doing that, that bar is being raised for the other people around me. And again, like I said, it's not about being perfect. It's not about being, on point every single day. It's how are you getting better than you were yesterday? What steps are you taking? And then serving a higher purpose. Warriors serve a higher purpose. In the military, it's easy to connect the dots, right? Because there is a mission, an overall mission. You know that there's a vision for wherever you're working at, and so that's what you work towards. When you transition and you retire and you come out of these settings, either in your career or whatnot, you have to develop a mission and vision for yourself. All right. What is your higher purpose? What is your calling? Are you living in that right now? All right. Because this is where we get to self actualization. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs is the very top of the pyramid. This is when we start getting to that higher level where we feel a sense of fulfillment. We're happy. We have joy. We get excited about what we are doing for the day. We don't look at things as being just one more thing I got to do. And when we start to develop these skills, and I call them skills because sometimes we're not just born being leaders and so forth. Hey, Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are. If you would like to go ahead and put your name in there, I will bring that up because, hey, Scott's got his name on there. And so just making sure that I put out my shout outs for anybody who spends a little time with me. I won't be here very long. Hey, Latricia, my girl. This is my soul sister too. I have a lot of soul sisters, y'all. All right. And soul brothers. Okay. So, sometimes what I say is not for everyone, and not everyone is going to get it. But when you do, you know that we in the right tribe, and this tribe is vibing. All right. So I just went over just several different things. And so if you have questions, and takeaways, if you want to go ahead and put those in the comments, I'm an open book. Again, 85%. I'm not sharing everything, but if you've got questions about leadership, wellness, mindset, or if you have a comment to make in those particular areas, you want to share a little bit about about what you're going through, please, 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 please put it in the comments. While you're doing that, if you haven't signed up for my email weekly list, I'm going to head and put it here on the screen. So you can go ahead and sign up because look, I got information for days. I've got a lot of downloads, if you will, as Latrice and I have already, said multiple times. And I am sharing on emails. And so I share all the activities that I'm doing, any courses that come up, anything that will help, empower specifically women, but men, you're invited too. All right, because we all need a little bit of that, especially in these unprecedented times. We need hope. Okay, and so that's what I'm trying to do, is provide enough, because I've got plenty to pour out to everyone. And then if you want to look for more things that I'm doing, here is my link tree. I have a lot of offerings, and I'll put that, out there. And I'll also go back into the thread and I'll put that into the comments. So that way, if you want to check that out, you check what the girl is doing, you can have that. So, any questions, any more comments? Let me see here. Latricia, I think that's the last comment that I see. Let me check on my phone, y'all, just to make sure that I'm not missing anyone. I've got, of course, Madame Leslie is on, and she's saying, yeah, she said, yeah. So if there's nothing else, and I'll look at my YouTube, y'all, because sometimes that comes up and I don't know. You're welcome, Scott. And I'll be back here every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I just want to share as much as I possibly can, get the word out, because this is a movement. Slay is a movement. Anytime you hear the word slay, you're probably going to start thinking about me. That's just what happens. It's my signature. It is my slogan. It is my lifelong purpose. All right. But I really, truly believe that if you have the things that you need as far as leadership skills, you have your wellness intact, and you have the right mindset, I don't care what you're trying to do, it's possible. It's possible. Okay. So keep on slaying. All right. Until you can't slay no more. And I will see you all next Thursday, or maybe sooner. Who knows? But for sure, next Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much, because you could have been anywhere else. So thank you so much. And I will see you all soon. #slay. Bye-bye.